off Rattler takes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
because Rattler's the GOAT.
I
Okay,
don't remember. I
I'm
can
not
pull
gonna
up.
lie, he doesn't look horrible in Gamecocks colors, but
I have
the same
a futures.
colors.
I have a futures bet for the South Carolina to win the SEC East that I'm fairly confident in.
okay. Also, my hot take is I'm gonna have to carry it into my era for how far I'm going out on this one. I'm gonna be honest.
So here, I'll link you all the stuff that I've been
What is this?
tracking.
Glare.
Um,
Where is that
Oh.
coming
the
from?
show that we
Oh.
were talking about just then. We
Oh,
talked
Kai
about
Link,
it was
Dame?
Yeah, I'm dropping it right now.
All right.
it was the same episode that John Gruden got fired.
Oh my god, I remember that episode.
The
now.
Bills beat the Chiefs, the Chargers beat the Browns in a shootout.
Oh fuck! That was whoops. That was the that game. That Chargers Browns game is what made me realize that being a fan of sports teams is for absolute suckers.
We talked about
It changed my whole perspective on life.
we talked about OU Texas and Penn State Iowa. So this is like that kind of time of the year.
Oh
There's
my
a
God.
lot of college
Penn
football.
State, Iowa. I remember that.
Oh my god, dude!
When we all absolutely rode Iowa to like
And I
death.
also everyone except Austin. I also believe
Yeah,
this
'cause I'm a
is this
genius.
is the same week me and Kai spent 3 hours making our top 25 list.
I'll be honest. I'm
Same
done
show.
rooting for Iowa teams, basketball or football. I'm done. I'm done
He's
believing
been done
in them.
dirty too many times.
Done.
I'm
2
just-
sports.
I've
Nah.
just changed my.
Hey, I'll give
I have
it
no
to
allegiance
Alex.
to the Big Ten anymore.
I'll give it to Alex. I'm about to give some love to Kentucky.
Oh my god. Okay, we will have to touch on the whole Shaden Sharp situation. I am currently fuming about this.
Hey, can
I
all you
don't
guys be
actually know what
quiet
you're
real?
talking about.
Can you guys be quiet real quick? Wah! Oh, is it not gonna? Oh, damn, that's right. It doesn't. I thought it would go to my face on the thing, but whoops.
Oh,
Okay,
he
Kai,
entered the draft. Okay.
Kai, you're gonna be the thumbnail.
You said be quiet. I was like, what? All right, we're starting early. I don't care. Honcho might be coming in. I saw Honcho in the
Honcho?
waiting room. Yeah, Honcho's supposed to be coming. I saw him in the waiting room, and then he
I'm the
got
only
out.
one who
So
doesn't know who that is.
David Flowers. David Flowers might be coming
Okay.
in. But yeah, he was in the waiting room. I don't see him right now, so I'm gonna message him. But everybody, episode 22 of Across the Board, guys, we're getting towards the season finale, as you say here, pretty soon. Oh my goodness. Whose theme song is that? Who is this? He's walking down.
My God!
Oh my
My
god!
God!
Oh
My God!
God!
Is that Stone Cold
crazy?
music?
My God! My God! The
What a way to
glass
start.
shatters!
I was not, Rishi, you just got a whole WWE entrance. Whose theme song is that? Now that we're starting up episode 22, almost a season finale, guys. It's been a great, listen, 22 episodes in a year. That's pretty good, honestly.
Missed
Pretty
the
good for
month
year
in there.
one. Pretty good. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. Depending on the vibes, it might be a long show. We got a lot to cover, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling silly, goofy even. Today,
Wacky, madcap,
Wacky.
if you will.
mad goofy. Today we'll be covering some NBA playoffs to start. Fire playoffs. My take isn't looking good, but I still believe in it. Then we'll be covering. After that, we'll read the vibes. But on the docket, NFL offseason, college basketball, NHL playoffs, possibly. We should cover that. MLB. I just got baptized, as you could say, into Marlins Twitter. My tweet banged, as the kids said, and so there's no turning back. I'm a Marlins fan now.
Oh.
And then we'll cover.
Go check Twitter real quick.
It banged, dude. It banged like 40 likes, 15K impressions. It's kind of crazy. Then we got some Champions League. Some Champions League.
My mom liked it. My dad liked
Big
it.
on Marlins Twitter.
Big on Marlins Twitter, and then possibly some UFC, and of course the hot takes, guys. NBA playoffs is fire. I love it this year. Just to go through real quick, we'll probably go matchup by matchup, but just to give some quick rundown: Heat Hawks. Heat are up 2-0. Celtics Nets. Celtics up 2-0.
No, you're getting interrupted. Okay, there's
Oh
the
my God.
tweet. You said it's only been a day, and I already love Marlon's Twitter, and it had 7 likes.
No.
And then-
Go
and then-
to the other one. Go to
Just
the other one.
Hear me out.
I was gonna say, what's the tweet like? When Sandy Alcantara pitched good, Pogger, but
You could
offense
literally
only
say,
score one
I-
run.
All he
Sad.
said. This is not a banger tweet. All you said is, I'm gonna try to follow the Marlins.
It banged.
Sandy
Here, you know what?
Alcantara
Hold on.
fastball go. brrrr.
Hold on.
You have 40 likes, 7 quote tweets, and a retweet.
Hold on. You guys
That's
don't
not
see
a
the
banger.
you don't see the deep analytics in it. It's okay. I'm an analytical mind. Look at that.
That's
I just
not
sent
a
it in the
banger.
group chat. I sent it in
You
the group
guys
chat.
remember
Tell me that's
when
not a
Derek
banger.
Jeter owned the team? Keck W.
That's a banger.
Keck W.
No, but Heat Hawks, Heater up 2-0.
My face when Jazz Chisholm hit home run but strike out every other plate appearance for a month.
Jazz Chisholm. I'm a Jazz Chisholm stan. Okay, we got Honcho in the chat. Honcho's coming in now. Celtics up 2-0. If you guys
I've
didn't
got
see
like
that
50
game
more
one,
Marlins tweets, jokes, but we'll keep it rolling.
if you haven't been watching the Celtics Nets series, yeah, it's a fire series, especially game one. Honcho, what's good? We got Sixers Raptors. Sixers are up 3-0. I'd say game 3 was pretty good though. Bucks Bulls 1-1. Suns Pelicans 1-1. Memphis T-Wolves. We got Memphis up 2-1. We'll talk about that game very soon. Warriors Nuggets. Warriors are up 3-0. And Mavs Jazz. Mavs up 2-1. Guys, which series do you want to cover first? Well, actually, first let's get through the ones that we don't really. Well, okay, I'm back. Maybe I don't know. Okay, there we go.
I say we start.
Let's. It banged. It banged.
All right. Well, Rishi won. Rishi went to the
all right.
background.
Heat Hawks. What do we have to say about the series so far?
The Heat are so much better.
Tyler Hero,
Are a better
baby.
team.
All right.
I don't know what it is. Well, first off, thank you guys for having me. It's a pleasure to be on.
Honcho,
But
we've been wanting
also-
you on.
I'm glad to be here, but I don't know what it is, man. When people start chanting or harassing Trae Young, that man kicks in another gear. Even though I don't think they'll win the series, I just think like he's
he'll drop 50.
he's a different player in the playoffs.
He is.
You want to know my thoughts on the series? Trae Young is shorter than me. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about that.
He makes more money than all of us combined.
That's all I'm going to say. But who's really winning?
My thoughts on this is I can't remember the tweet. There was a day of NBA Twitter that was just slandering Tyler Hero because there was like a bench start cut of like the 4 players.
At the face.
And
Oh yeah, I saw that. It was like Jalen Brunson, John Morant, Jordan Poole, and Tyler Hero. It was like
the one I saw was like Poole, Hero, and then like there was another young guard who was
I thought it was Brunson.
There may have been another one, but
Okay.
there was a day
Brunson's
where it was
good.
NBA
Very
Twitter went after Tyler Hero, and Heat culture was not around for a day. I know that.
And NBA Twitter is so toxic that like after the first week of the playoffs, everyone's ready to give Jordan Poole and Jalen Brunson a max contract. Going forward.
Hey, Jordan Poole's been playing at an all-star level for like a month now.
He's been awesome. I'm just saying, like the
Jalen
instant
Brunson doesn't
reaction
deserve it
on Twitter-
just yet. Let's slow down on
Revisionist
that
history.
train.
We're gonna start with some revisionist. Would you take Jordan Poole playoffs or All-Star starter Andrew Wiggins? Who you taking?
Ah,
I'm
Give me
taking
Finals
Jordan
MVP
Poole playoffs.
Iguodala. I want
You can
Finals
rep-
MVP Iguodala.
Honestly,
Iguodala.
I honestly think that the starting lineup for the Warriors should be Steph, Clay, Poole, Otto Porter Jr., and Dre. I think that would be like the dream.
What about
Yeah.
Wiggins?
Wiggins, nah.
uh,
Otto, okay, Andrew Wiggins
The
is
cum
playing
bucket?
quite well this year, but I'll give it up. But Otto Porter is just like that prototypical 3-and-D player. You know, Wiggins, he's not as good of a shooter as Otto Porter Jr. is.
I think you just see him and you see Wilt Chamberlain and you're like, oh, that's the fit.
Anyway,
I don't know what teams you guys are a fan of, but me being a Pacers guy, I saw a tweet that said
I'm sorry.
I saw the Pacers are expected to go after Brunson. I was like, oh no, man, because you were
Nothing
saying
matters.
earlier about giving him a max contract. Like he's good, but not that good yet.
Oh, he won't
The
get a
Pacers.
max. He won't get a max.
All right. Next series, Celtics Nets.
the
Hey,
humbling.
Kyrie flips everyone off at the Garden again and then drops 50. All right, that's my final game prediction.
How is he going to flip people off at the Garden in Brooklyn? That's very
Oh,
impressive.
shoot, that's the wrong one.
Ben 10's
Uh,
gonna come in and save the entire franchise.
Ben 10.
That'll be interesting.
Look, KD is not going to shoot this bad forever. All right, like I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I
I did,
understand.
see,
later.
I did see a funny tweet. I was like, man, if this were LeBron in the playoffs, like everybody would be questioning his legacy. And I was like,
There was
you know,
one there. I saw Bill Simmons, like he quote tweeted and like responded, and someone was like, "I've never seen LeBron shoot this bad," and he was like, just sent a picture of the 2011 Game 4 where he had like 4 points, and he was like,
Yeah, let's cherry pick when all-time talents have bad games because that proves our point. Like,
hey, we went about a week. That's not true. I was gonna say we went like a week without Braun getting slandered.
Twitter discourse is for numbskulls. I'll just leave it at that.
It is very entertaining though.
Bozo
I saw
moments.
Rob Williams. I saw Rob Williams supposed to be back game 3 or game 4.
He is the glue to their defense. So.
Little Rob Williams versus Ben 10 action. I'm down.
Ooh.
I was gonna say both of those guys coming in mid-series is gonna be really interesting.
I will say Robert Williams is 1,000 times better than Ben Simmons. That's not true, but I would take him over Ben Simmons in a heartbeat. The Celtics, I wasn't like thinking they could actually win it. And after these first 2 games, it's not because it's the Nets and we were like, yeah, we could see him make it. No, like I think the Celtics, like I picked the Bucks and their defense I thought would kind of click into gear here. The Celtics defense, I knew it was good, but dude, they're the IU, like our prediction for IU for March Madness, where they just have 5 minutes. We're like, yeah, you're not scoring. Sorry.
Can I, to my stat guys out there, can we get a stat of dads in the NBA and their performance like compared from regular season to playoffs? Because I feel like all these dudes just get a buff in the playoffs for being a dad. Jason Tatum posted that cold pick with his kid.
The Deuce buff, the Riley Curry buff.
I mean,
check stat news.
Fred VanVleet had a kid. Like what was that? 2 years ago? And whenever they like 3 years ago when they won. Was that 3 years ago? They won the title.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a dad. It's real. A dad buff is real.
The paternity.
All I
buff.
gotta say is I feel really old seeing Riley Curry being all grown up now. And
don't check the comments on that post, just so you know.
Everybody's saying like, bro, she's 10. Relax. Like,
she's 7. Yeah.
But she does look like
she's a high schooler. That's cap. She looks like straight out of
Wow.
Pause.
No, that's not what I was going for.
Celtics look good though. Should be a fun series. Sixers, Raptors. Dad buff's not really working for Fred VanVleet anymore. That turnaround 3 by Joel to win game 3 was
the slow-mo.
Watching Joel like this series like has me feeling like if I was on NBA Twitter, I'd be saying Joel's gonna be an all-time great. He's just playing. He's so fun to watch as like a modern big.
Led the league in scoring. First center to do that since I don't know when I saw the stat, but I don't remember it. But I mean,
very good.
Who are the Raptors trying to put on him? I'm not watching that series too closely.
It's not enough. I'm gonna say I think it's a mix between
Boucher.
Like
Precious was on him for a little bit.
Precious. I don't know if they put Siakam on him.
Fred VanVleet for the lob.
All they do is you run pick, pop, or he'll come up to the high post and he gets the ball, he turns around and then he just does the Joel thing where he'll like dribble in, do a spin and get fouled or somehow just get it in, or like the random 3. Like I don't know how you really defend that.
I feel like what we're really witnessing is the greatest free throw drawing tandem in NBA history.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's not. I don't even really think it's close.
Okay, well, I looked it up for us. The last center to average or lead the league in scoring was Shaq.
Yeah.
I also was unaware that the last like player who won the scoring title, their team, like the team who won the title, who also like led the league in scoring, was also Shaq. It hasn't been done since 1999-2000. I never realized that.
I'll be honest. I feel like we kind of underrated the Sixers team last week or 2 weeks ago when we did the playoffs.
I think we should trust Harden. I think that's what we all said.
Yeah.
Harden and Doc on the same team.
I don't know. I mean, they're Maxi's showing up.
Oh my God!
Like Tobias Harris isn't a third.
It was
option
Tyrese
anymore,
Maxey who was in the Twitter graphic. That's who it was.
Yeah,
it was Tyrese Maxey, Tyler Hero, Jalen Brunson.
Thank you,
Jordan
thank
Poole.
you, Austin.
There we go.
Like I feel like Tobias Harris got nerfed being a third option, and now that he's not a third option anymore, he's like actually, just a normal player again. I don't know if he's still on that crazy contract either. He got a max, right?
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
pretty
the
sure they're
last
still
year?
paying him a lot of money. Yeah.
Harden, is that what you're talking about?
No, Tobias. Tobias got a max. I think this is like his
He
last year.
did get
that
a
max.
max. I'll check. Let me check.
He got a max for you. I think this is the last year of that. But no, 16.
Jamie, pull
They're
that
really
up.
good. They're really good. My hot take was that nobody gets swept. So I need the Raptors to at least win one of these games. And they've been close. But I don't know.
Fun fact: he is not in the last year of his deal. This man is on year 3 of the 5-year deal.
Oh wow.
Hold
Why does
on,
that feel
hold
like it was
on.
so long ago?
We
Go
got some trivia. How old is Tobias Harris without looking it up?
30.
Without looking it up,
I'd say like
27 or
29.
28.
28,
Yeah, he's
29.
29.
Yeah,
I would thought he
yeah.
was older. He seems like he's been in the NBA for
These
so
guys,
You're
get
in the
when
league
they're
at
like
19.
19. Yeah, like that's
That's
why
10 years, guys.
long. Yeah.
Oh.
thanks, Alex.
I mean, he
Quick
got in the
max.
NBA when I was 9. I mean, holy.
That is kind of nuts. This is kind of nuts.
Yeah, I wasn't
Uh,
even watching the NBA at that point.
Yeah.
I still don't watch
Anyway.
the NBA.
Where
Sixers
did he even get
Raptors,
drafted
fun
to?
one.
Orlando, I think.
Bucks Bulls.
Orlando?
Yeah, you got
Well,
Orlando. Then he was in Detroit for a bit, and then he went to Clipper. Did he go? To
Oh
he
my
might have been
God.
a
He
might
was-
have been a draft day trade with the Bucks or something.
No, he
to the
played for the
Magic.
Bucks.
What?
And did he play
Harris?
for them?
You guys want some Tobias Harris
I
career?
think he went.
So wait, let me
Bucks-
guess. Let me
Bucks,
guess. It was
Detroit.
Bucks, Magic,
No,
Detroit. No, right?
Oh
Bucks,
yeah, he
Bucks,
looked
Detroit,
super young when he
Magic,
played with the
Clippers, Sixers. Final
well,
answer.
just okay. So 2011, 2012, Milwaukee. 20 or he age 20, so the 2012, 13. I'm just gonna say his age. He played in Toronto,
What?
went back to Milwaukee. I think that was like a G League thing, maybe. I don't know.
I was gonna say, when did he play for Toronto?
I don't remember that.
He technically didn't, so I think it was G League.
Okay.
And then also played for Milwaukee, got traded to Orlando. Again was on it says TOT, so it's not Toronto. I think it's total. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's total.
It's
Yeah,
I
between two
swear
teams,
he
yeah.
played for Detroit at some point.
Yeah,
He
And
did.
then
he
I
got
remember
goes
traded
for
he
from
did.
he
Orlando
did.
to
He
Detroit.
played 2 years there. He has so
Then
many
traded-
totals in here, it's throwing me off.
Oh wait, did he get traded from?
To the
Detroit
Clippers.
to Clippers, and then
Okay,
Clippers
yeah.
to Philly.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I remembered Orlando. I did not know he played Milwaukee.
I forgot about Milwaukee.
I remember that because I remember
He's
he
also
didn't
related to
leave.
Channing Frye. He's a cousin.
Good for him.
They
Cleveland
both can shoot.
Cavaliers Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
oh,
I
they
know
don't
he
have
got-
any weird nicknames for him.
He just bounced around for a bit, and then Chase, can you look up what was the year where he just like went off and he got like into like the teens out of nowhere?
Magic.
I think it was when he
it was the Magic.
Because he was just like a meh player, and then like he was like, all right, I'm gonna be good now. Got a max, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna be mid now.
All right, so we know he played for the Bucks. Who was he drafted by? A little quiz for you.
Detroit.
No,
I don't know.
The Pacers?
they're no longer a team. Actually,
No.
Really? The Supersonics?
I just read it on accident, so I won't
The
say.
Bobcats.
Bobcats.
Yeah, Bobcats.
He was the 19th pick. He was drafted by the Bobcats and traded to the Bucks.
Huh. Little
All right,
Tobias
I'm gonna
Harris.
get off Basketball Reference before.
I'm about to
that's
say we're
the
gonna go
whole
down
show,
rabbit.
but-
All right, guys, Bucks Bulls. We gotta keep moving.
Also,
Giannis is good.
StatMuse cannot help with the how many games has Jason Tatum won with Deuce in the stands. They said, sorry, I can't answer that.
Oh my god, I want to know. Bucks Bulls. Giannis good. Bald Mamba good. DeRozan is MJ reincarnated. 41 off of all middies. Dude is.
All
He said.
middies.
He said game one.
Reincarnated.
He said game one. What did he say, guys? He said, I'm never gonna shoot that bad again. Everybody on Twitter was clowning him. They're like, oh no, it's gonna happen again. Dude,
You
just
did not just pull an MJ. You did not just compare this man to MJ.
Don't
like-
you
he's
dare throw the ant slander.
He's
At
like
Demar.
MJ. He's like MJ without the rings or the All-Star games or the Finals MVPs or the All NBA team selections or
What's
the
what's the
or
Valor
the, or
copy
the
pasta?
All the
All right,
or
hold
the
on. We can't
cultural
be having this
significance.
much DeMar DeRozan slander.
hey, DeMar went off. Okay, that's
Hey,
all
He
play
has
on
been
that.
All
historically one
middies.
of the worst postseason scorers of like this generation of basketball players.
He's
so-
been historically taller than you, so you can't use that argument.
God! No! No!
I don't think I think
No!
Bucks win the series, but do you guys think they'll run out of gas after going to the finals last year?
Their
I
defense
picked
has
him
been
to go to the
slipping.
finals, but having Chris
the
Middleton out
Celtics
for
are winning
3
the
weeks
East.
is going to be hard.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. It's Giannis. I don't really know what to say anymore, other than where did this dude come from? And I don't think he's from Greece. So someone,
I
Elon
think I
Musk
already-
engineered him.
No, I think I
and-
already made that. I think I might have already made this joke, but I think Giannis is like Shazam, where he's just a child in the body
You
of a
said
god.
that before. I will say the Bucks are fantastic. They just need to work on like communication, court awareness, shooting, like, their
Everything
lineup
under the
rotation.
sun.
Thought
But
that was
even that
Sauced up
being
by
said,
DeMarvelous
I thought
DeRozan.
that'd get a laugh out of Kai. I don't think he picked up on it though.
Ah,
Kai can't listen to us normal people anymore. He's Twitter famous.
I'm Twitter famous. You see those 7 quote tweets?
7 quote tweets.
Let me find
Oh.
my most impactful tweet. Probably like 3 likes.
No, good series though. I like Caruso. And
Oh,
DeRozan's cool.
one thing on Caruso. A couple years ago, I told Dr. Sherman, I was like, this was when he was on the Lakers. I was like, if Alex Caruso got legitimate minutes, he could be all defensive team caliber. And he laughed in my face. And now I feel like we could see that at some point in the future.
I think so.
So is it
He's
your
good.
time to laugh in his face?
Yeah.
Then should
Yeah,
ask the
yeah,
question.
I'll have to come
Alright.
back. And,
Suns
Some-
and Pelicans.
Complexion of this
Anybody?
series has changed dramatically. I think it's kind of
Yes.
interesting. I still
God.
think the Suns will win, but
Brandon
there were-
Ingram is the GOAT. For this
Yeah.
year, just give Brandon Ingram comeback player of the year because God, this man is willing
Well,
this Pelicans team.
Well, guys, I just want to say
You're
there was a tweet.
slandering CJ.
There was a tweet by Hoop Central. I don't know if you guys followed them. Said after missing the entire regular season due to injury and going through many months of rehab, Zion Williamson is set not to return for Game 3 against the Suns. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he's not coming. Yeah.
Hey,
him and
he-
James Wiseman buddies.
he's looking like a slim 305 now.
Yeah. I mean, how long is Booker supposed to be out for? What is the injury?
2 to 3
I
weeks.
think it's the same as Middleton's time frame, like 2-3 weeks.
What,
yeah.
but what is it? Is it like a hamstring or something? Or
Yeah, grade
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
hamstring.
I
If
mean,
they move
I
on,
think they'll get past him.
they'll get past the Pelicans.
Yeah.
who would they play next?
Willie Green is a really good coach.
They will
who's
play
that?
the winner of
Theoretic?
Warriors. Nut.
No,
no,
they would
no,
play
no,
the
no,
winner
no,
of
Play
Mavs,
4-5.
Mavs, Jazz, Mavs, Jazz. Yep.
I
So
think
they'll
if the
be playing
Mavs
the
if the
Mavs.
Mavs get Luca back and the Suns don't have Booker, I
Ma-
could see this being a pretty competitive.
The
series.
Mavs,
What about
the Mavs
Ayton,
will
though?
probably beat Utah like 4-1, and then they'll get swept by Phoenix. Is what's going to happen.
Wow.
Yeah, I could see Aiton just eating the Mavs alive, though.
No, they will just do the same thing that they've done to Gobert. I've slandered Gobert, so I won't do it here. But they will do the same exact thing and just play 5 wide and make him guard the rim with cutters, but just stick dudes in both corners so he has to
Oh.
guard one of them.
That's
And
that's
I think
crazy.
you
There
can't
might
deal with it.
is there another team that's currently dominating their series in the West that's really good at that and could
Yeah, but they're-
possibly pose a bad matchup for the Suns? down
They
the
are
line?
absolutely going after
Who, Golden
Jokic
State?
too. So
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
They've literally I watched it. They did like 5 straight possessions of Draymond Steph pick and rolls on Jokic.
they're starting to do the pool Draymond pick and roll. Like they started doing in the regular season a little, but like now they're doing the same thing with Poole. So like if Curry's not there, now you're just dealing with it with Poole.
Yeah.
And
Can we-
Clay's just sitting there off ball.
Yeah, imagine
team's
you have to
OP.
guard imagine you have to guard an offensive action that involves Draymond Green, Jordan Poole, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson, and you have to not give up a good shot.
You can't
It's
double
literally
anyone.
it's
Yeah.
literally impossible.
Like people are
sneak
literally
a-
not guarding Draymond, and they're just like, all right, we'll just put 4 other dudes who can shoot out here.
Hot take. I think Draymond shoots bad on purpose so people give him space for him to pass. The 4D
That'd be
chess strats.
genius.
4D
brain.
chess strats. Yeah.
Big brain.
You shoot
'Cause he
bad
went
for
from
a
being,
year, and then you don't shoot the next year, and then you're pretty efficient.
Like when DeRozan shot,
'Cause he
all
was
the
like a
threes
38,
to prove he
like-
could shoot them.
But yeah, can we kind of pivot over to this Warriors Nuggets series because I kind of want to.
Let's do it.
Go for it, Austin.
Ooh, baby! I'm telling you,
Monologue time.
the 2014-2015 Warriors are back and better than ever. This is the Death Star lineup. This is the pool party lineup. This is the PTSD lineup. This is the Death and Max's lineup. This is like I could not theory craft a more perfect Golden State Warriors like death lineup than this one.
I could.
Because the thing, really, who?
Yeah, put KD instead of
Yeah,
Wiggins.
Kevin Durant.
no, I genuinely believe that KD and his style of play kind of messed up like Draymond, like Wiggins
No.
kind of knows in that. No, okay. Obviously, he's a way better player. than
Okay,
Anthony
we're
Davis.
good then. We're
I'm
good.
not
Yeah.
trying to argue that, but in terms of like style, I could see it. Like in the playoffs, it would go to Durant gets his looks or whatever. But with those four, specifically those four, who I feel like are the old guard and then the modern embodiment of Warriors basketball, and Jordan Poole, like just the mind meld they all have together, it's crazy. And I think that the Grizzlies, I'm assuming the Grizzlies and the Warriors are going to play in the next round. I think the Grizzlies should give them a good fight, but like the Warriors are just too experienced. And you can't give up 20-point leads to the Warriors because they'll make it 40-point leads, and then Steph won't play the fourth quarter. But yeah, I don't know if you guys saw any of like those net rating statistics, but like the Death Star
200.
lineup, yeah, their offensive rating was 209, and they were like their net rating was plus 125.
Their
Austin, I have a
offensive
question.
efficiency was
What's up?
1 or
Jesus.
200, and their defensive was 75.
75,
It was
yeah.
stupid. It was like 11 minutes.
It was
like, it's a weird
11 minutes.
statistic.
Small sample abounds, but
Right.
still.
Austin, I have a question and potentially a follow-up. So do you think the Warriors are going to win it all this year?
I think, but now that Booker is hurt, I think they should be considered the favorites. Yes.
Okay, and so if that's the case, how many games do you think they lose this postseason?
I could see them. Okay, so if I were to just go through it in my head,
I'd
they'd
say
beat.
5 or 6 is like a solid middle for you.
I would
Yeah.
say like 7, because I could see them going to game 6. I think they'd go to like game 6 with the Grizzlies, and then Suns in 7, and I think they could beat whoever comes out of the East in 6 games. The only team in the East I think could give them troubles is the Celtics, but their biggest
Oh,
their biggest opponent is Phoenix. Like that's who they have to be really watching out for. But I just think when they're playing like this is harkening back to the days of yore, man. Like
Oh, so long ago.
with the greatest sixth man in NBA history coming off the bench. Sheesh.
6 man like Lou Will.
All right. I like that monologue right there. Warriors
Yeah, I was
good.
gonna say it feels like I've been talking forever. So
No, you're
please.
fine. Memphis T-Wolves.
Shout out soccer segments when Alex isn't here.
Memphis T-Wolves is supposed to be I think this is probably my favorite series so far in the first round.
It's not mine.
It's a mix between that and the Celtics and Nets. I don't know.
It's not the NBA's. They threw that on NBA TV in a heartbeat.
They really did. I was very surprised. No, I mean, I don't know. You can't blow 2 20-point leads.
I think Jimmy Butler is being proved right at the same time. The Timberwolves are showing that like this is their first true experience in the playoffs. Like the
Yeah.
Memphis,
Same as the Grizzlies.
yes, but hear me out here. Memphis has never been in the playoffs, but we compared them to the 15-16 Warriors last week.
Which I think was
Like-
a little.
Like they're obviously not what you would think of as a favorite, and they play completely different. I understand that, but they are like so together. Like the big leads don't bother them. Like with the Warriors when they were down 20 years, like, oh yeah, they'll just shoot 7 threes and they'll
Just
be
wait till
back in
wait
game.
till the third quarter. Yeah.
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 So the Memphis has that, but like the chip away, like the grind city, like it's not a joke. Like Memphis actually, it's why it works for them.
Is there a
Like they-
city that has a better Sigma male grind set than Memphis? I honestly can't think of more.
And Ja, he's explosive. Cat has been great at acting his way to get Jaren Jackson in foul trouble. And Cat is not, he's terrible.
I just saw some
postseason.
tweet on something on Twitter, and it was like, if Cat doesn't get like at least win them one game by himself, he's about to be the most memed man on Twitter.
There was, I think it was StatMuse. They had more fouls than baskets. They've played, what is it, 5 games? And 3 of them, he has more fouls than he has baskets in games, including the play-ins.
That's
Like,
tough.
He has been horrific. And Ant, he's been doing his thing. Pat Bev is throwing oops to himself. I mean,
His mom is getting hyped just like him. Did you see the picture of his mom? His mom is turned in the stands. She brings as much energy to that team as he does.
I've been seeing
or
the videos
Minnesota,
of
that's all I gotta say.
Ja and Cat's dad just
Yeah.
dapping up at
chopping it-
midcourt.
chopping it up on the sideline. Like, nah, this is gonna be a fun series, but no, I think I think after that game, I think that is going to affect Minnesota. And I think they might win one more game. But I think the Grizz probably win in 6.
Yeah, if they were
That's what I'm
gonna
thinking.
win this series, they needed to win that game.
Yeah, they had to win that game, and yeah. Last series, I think Mavs Jazz, I believe.
And it was,
This is the one series
Bro,
nobody's talking about.
the Jazz are looking more like the concert band, if you know what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Mavs are gonna run them out of town real quick. So I
Without
think-
Luca, like
Yeah, I think it's a 4-1 series.
yeah,
Gentlemen sweep.
wow.
I don't see this being yeah. Jazz don't look very good at all.
What's wrong with the Jazz? I guess.
I
What's-
refrain from talking in this because I've slandered Rudy so much.
Can you talk about the Jazz without slandering Rudy Gobert? Honest question.
No.
If you can't, that's okay. That's fair. That is
I
fair.
kind of feel like it's
It's the same
seems like
thing the
it's his
Clippers did.
fault.
It's the same exact strategy the Clippers used last year. We're just going to go small and not let
Well,
Rudy
it's-
Gobert do anything. That's why
It's
he
definitely not.
shouldn't be a DPOI.
It's not just Rudy Gobert, but I mean they are tied to that style.
I will say it's not helping him that they can't guard. Saw it on Twitter. It was the perfect. They can't guard their own shadow. Like if you
Yeah,
if you do a crossover, the whole Jazz, like even Mike Conley is getting absolutely blitzed at like the
Like,
point
yeah,
of
the-
attacks. It's
the dribble
insane.
penetration is the reason why I'm saying Dallas is going to take this
So
forward.
is this? Do we blow up the Jazz now? Is this core just done? Do
They
you
should have been
just-
blown up
Yes.
last year. I mean,
yes. It's time.
But who takes Rudy? And didn't he just get a contract or no?
no.
No. God, I feel like the Orlando will take him. I mean, you can just
Yeah,
go pawn
there
him
you
off
go.
to all these
Yeah,
teams
ship
that are
him
just
off.
starving right now for anything.
Ship him off to Orlando. They'll figure it out.
He'll come back better
Oh, he
than
did.
ever.
I'm sorry. No, he
if
didn't.
only if
Did he
only
not?
No,
Russell
he did. He
Westbrook
did.
didn't
He got
hate
a
Utah.
max. They gave him a max.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
would say I'm pretty sure
God.
he just got it because last year we had the conversation.
Eat it
When
alive.
he's 33, he'll be making $46 million.
Yeah, I don't know who's taking that contract. I feel like he'd have to go to a contender, but what
Because
contender
that worked so
wants
well
him?
last time. Like,
The Hornets.
Well, what
The
what
Hornets,
contender-
There we go.
They
yeah,
would
that's-
take him. Hey, 2K tells all. I'm telling you. They'll
He
give him
always
a
he
first.
does he does
They'll
always go to the Hornets. in
Hornets.
2K.
Well, every time I
I-
play 2K, this man ends up on the Suns. I swear. Every time he ends up on the Suns.
Oh
Look, I-
man.
I'm not a fan. I've said it many times. I've said it before.
Rudy Gobert is
I'll
an
stick with it.
objectively good player. He just
I
has
can't wait for Chase
he
to meet
just
Rudy
has a
Gobert in the
very-
near future.
he just
No,
has
no,
a
no, no.
very obvious weakness.
Wrong,
Yes.
wrong era.
Good
era.
player. Yes, thank you. I've said it. I understand. Like I get the metrics. He does a ton, like with screens and with like just having a 7-foot dude that you know is probably gonna block your shot or make it to where you can't score easily is a good thing objectively.
Honestly, if you put him on like the Last Dance team, he would have fit in perfectly, like perfectly.
My whole point with it, with the Rudy Gobert slander, I say it that way. You can't be a DPOI to me and have a single game plan that any team, not any team, but most teams can do that completely nullifies your whole point of being a DPOI.
Yeah,
Yeah.
defensive player of the year makes no sense. Like the fact that a perimeter guy hasn't since Gary Payton before this year is
Well,
like
he
seems crazy when you.
Marcus Smart winning
Mid-2000 makes
DPOY is honestly like a sham. It's just
Well,
so
I think just the concept for me was perimeter defenders having to guard like the fastest players in the
These
game,
crazy
the
guards
most
now.
skilled players in
Yeah.
the game, and never
Hey.
winning defensive player of the
see
year.
now here
Yeah.
if we're going on the defensive player of the year discourse, let me posit my argument. No
Draymond was
player,
good, yes.
no player besides Draymond Green since he entered the league should have won defensive player of the year besides him.
That's not true.
In seasons that he's
Kawhi.
been healthy. No, mm-mm.
You wouldn't give it to, like, I'm talking Spurs Kawhi. That's
Draymond-
when he won it.
Mm.
Yes, I think I would take a prime Draymond defense over Kawhi's prime defense. I
Dude,
just
his
because like
nickname's the Claw because you couldn't get past him.
I mean, Kawhi Leonard might be one of the best all-time one-on-one stoppers ever, but Draymond is a genius who also is one of the best like
I'm-
stoppers one-on-one.
I agree with you. I'm just saying I think Kawhi should still get his. Like he should have still gotten his DPOI. Green can take others. Like I'm fine with that, but I don't think you can take it away from Kawhi.
If Gobert was Miles Turner or Jaren Jackson or even Embiid sort of athletic, I'm guessing it would just be a lot easier for them since he can't move as fast. Is that what
He
you're saying?
can't score. No, he can't. He's in nothing except for screens. Like he takes a ton of
Yeah.
attention on screens. Dude cannot hit. Like he didn't touch the ball for the last 6.5 minutes after he missed a wide open like little hook in.
Yeah.
Because
Basically
they
going
don't
off of
trust him.
David's point, like, yeah, I think if he could stretch the floor a little bit more, I don't know.
Funny.
It
He
was-
may not be
somebody
able to score
may-
in high volumes, but there's literally not a single player in NBA history with a higher true shooting percentage than Rudy Gobert.
Because
Oh.
all he does is dunk.
Not a-
he's
he's
right
not a
Wait,
scorer.
That's all he
Did-
does.
But no. Yeah,
Did he
yeah,
dethrone DeAndre Jordan?
Now, yes,
Can we-
he's
can
ahead
we
by like
check-
3 percentage points. But now
Can we check
let me,
Boban's per 48 minute stats?
I got
I'm pretty
you.
sure those are nice.
now, but what I wanted,
What
what
about
I wanted to
Will?
say was that the best thing he's
Playing
not trying to
corners.
be someone that he's not. He's not a scorer, but when he does score, he is insanely efficient at it, which I honestly think is a net positive for their offense. That's
Boban
just me.
win shares per 48 is at 307.
Really?
Yeah. He is the highest of any player.
It's hilarious. All right, are we done with NBA? Do we move
His
on? Is there anything
PER
else?
is 28.1. His offensive rating is 129. It's higher than Chris Paul's of
I just want to
122.
say, Warriors by 1,000,000.
In 2018,
Oh.
Boban was the most efficient player in modern NBA history. So
But you want to know who's 5th all time in true shooting percentage? Steph Curry.
oh,
Fun
All
fact,
one
he has a
one
high-
did on
yeah.
there, Warriors fan. One did on there.
Woo! Warriors by 1,000,000. Let's go. Laughing all the way to
Uh,
the chip.
Let's cover some.
They
let's
crashed
really,
out. It's gonna
let's
be a
really
rough
quickly.
episode.
Let's talk about college basketball. Same sport goes into it. Big thing. I saw Shaden Sharp. Shadon Sharp, right? Shaden.
Yeah,
Shadon?
Shaden Sharp.
He's going to the NBA.
No, stop.
Yeah, he is.
Stop.
He
You
is.
all-
It's
you all don't know how to read between the lines on what they keep saying. You all don't
you do?
understand.
enlighten us. Enlighten
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Enlighten us. I'm on Kentucky Twitter 90% of the day.
why.
Oh
okay.
yeah. They,
Yeah, they are
Tell
up,
us.
like
Oh,
non-biased.
Kentucky. I just want to say this, right?
He's
He's
testing the
projected-
waters.
He's projected to go high lottery. How could you turn that down? Him playing another year at Kentucky is just going to lower his stock.
What happened with Johnny Juzang?
He's already high lottery. Why would you turn that down?
Okay. Are we really thinking he is high lottery? Like
That's
For
what
sure.
the projections are saying.
locked
People
in
are
high
saying,
lottery. If
yes,
he goes, if
He's
he
sixth
stays
in
in his
ESPN. I know that.
if he
Yes.
stays on his projection, then he will not come back. But he is rumored to be like still like registered for classes next year, so he has the backup plan. Like he has fail safe.
Oh yeah.
We're yeah, I'm sure
Who-
they've
he
all gone to
probably-
class.
Source-
he probably
source
didn't even
probably?
register himself.
I
Somebody
was
else
gonna
did
say
it
the
for him.
academic advisor might have been helping
No,
out on
he
that
didn't
one.
do that.
Gonna
But-
tell me
No way.
you're gonna tell me with Presti out here scouting 6th graders that Shadon Sharp he's not gonna take a swing at him? Like,
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, look at the bright side for the Kentucky news. Oscar Tshiebwe just got the bag from the NIL deal. To
And
come
all
back.
I want to
Yeah,
say is,
yeah.
all you all will be laughing next. All you all will be crying next year
Uh-huh.
when Kentucky comes and crushes your dreams.
Uh-huh.
This is
yeah.
their.
hey,
They're starting summer practice in June.
can I?
They're gonna
can
be
I-
in the
I
gym
told you-
before
Alex,
any
Alex,
other team is.
Alex,
Well,
I
you
said
sound like
I
a
was gonna
Michigan
give you
football
love.
fan
I
right now.
said I was gonna give you love. Sheepway's really good. All right,
He's a
so,
really
like,
good
they
college
have-
player.
He'll be like, I don't know.
He wasn't projected to go high. That's why he came back. He wasn't.
I know.
I think he was like
but
late
He wants
first.
to be a
He'll
lottery
be that
pick.
2nd round pick that you can get in there. He's not.
He
He's
wants
too
to be a
old.
lottery pick.
He's too
Yeah.
old now to be a
How old
lottery
is he?
pick.
Yeah.
20. That's just how the NBA works.
Well, wait.
18, 19.
Cam Johnson was a lottery pick, and I think he was 23.
Okay, that was
23,
the
24.
Suns, and everyone at that time was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
I really do think though, looking at recruitment for next year, I think Kentucky has the biggest advantage compared to everyone else. Because I look at Duke, no Coach K. So I feel
You
like
still
they're
have Shire, and they just got
Hey guys, I found a picture of Alex.
I know they just got like I think he's the 5th player in the class.
but
or
look, but
no
like
or something. I don't know. I forgot his
coming
name.
off this year. Oh my God, Austin. I feel like your college basketball knowledge just needs to be like put on pause a lot of the time. You're
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 Gonzaga.
the one.
fan.
You're the one who had 3 SEC teams in your Final Four.
Yeah,
Sorry, what?
okay. The first
Yeah,
time it doesn't-
there's video proof of you being wrong.
Oh, there's video proof of everyone being wrong every year, but you all won't talk about that. And the one time I'm wrong, we're gonna like light the world on fire. I'm just
You know how
saying.
many the video evidence we have of Austin down here saying Rattler's going to be the number 1 overall
Okay,
pick.
now
You
wait,
think we're
now
gonna
wait a
be
minute,
going
now
back
wait a
down?
minute.
Alex, everybody on this show has been clowned exactly how you are right now.
Yeah,
Everybody.
I'm just saying.
We do need like a supercut of Austin's like Spencer Rattler takes before the football season.
I'm just saying, you all will like my hot take will make all of you all mad later. All
You know
of
who Kentucky's
Okay.
dad
Kentucky's
is?
gonna win the
St.
national
Peter's.
championship.
Bro,
St.
it doesn't
Peter's.
matter. Okay,
Say-
listen to this.
Have respect for your elders. St. Peter's mollywopped you.
Did you not see my text after they lost? I was as respectable as can be. I
That's
was
very
respectful
true.
to St.
That was
Peter's.
very true.
Now let's just say I wasn't respectful to other things in my house. Some things might have gotten thrown, but I was calm enough to text you all and say I was wrong.
That's very
The
true.
shirt
That's
came
very
off. I
true.
remember that. The shirt
Oh
came off.
yes, a shirt came off. Yeah, it was interesting. No one wanted
Oh,
to be in the
man.
Nielsen household that night. I will say.
I will say the fans leaving that stadium in droves,
Oh God.
Oh
saying
yeah.
obscenities and fire coach. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't have been at
Coach
that
Cal.
game. I probably
Fire
went-
Coach Cal, given this lady had a few too many drinks, to be polite about it, but she was trying to lead chance of Fire Coach Cal before she nearly slipped down the stairs leaving.
Yeah,
So,
you guys didn't want to see Twitter after that game. It was not a pretty sight.
Love it. All right, in other news, Kofi Coburn from Illinois is going to the draft.
Can't come back now.
Can't come back. And yeah. Oh,
should we talk
IUPUI
about Baycott?
we talk about Baycott's coming back. But also IUPUI women's coach Austin Parkinson going to Butler as
We're
the new
gonna miss
women's
him.
head coach.
We're gonna
New
miss
women's
him.
coach in Butler, and he's already brought over
A recruit.
I think it was Indiana, Miss Indiana basketball is going to Butler now. She flips from IUPUI, and then we already have a transfer from IUPUI that's going to
So
Butler.
what
now.
I'm hearing is we got sold.
I mean, it's just what
We
happens.
got
it
sold.
happens. It happens.
Hey, I'm just saying, when the Phoenix Mercury come to town, we gotta go see Macy
Yeah,
on
Macy
that
Williams.
bench.
Michigan get our buckets. Michigan get our
Yeah.
buckets.
I mean, you can't say we got sold because he was here for like 12 years and won
I mean,
like multiple
yeah.
Horizon League championships.
Yeah.
But I mean,
good
him
for-
kind of
good-
him
good
kind
for
of
him.
leeching,
Yeah.
kind of like taking all our players is a little unfair. But
Yeah, I've
a
never-
little more
what?
glamorous.
That's just
than-
college
A coach,
basketball.
a coach
That's
leaving
just
a
college
college,
transfer
a college
portal.
athletic program and taking all the good players and recruits with him. Can you think of a single athletic
feel like-
program that I
Hold
may
on,
have
as a
liked that did
Kentucky
that?
fan, how are you anti-transfer portal?
Hey, I am
Because they
very
all leave
anti-transfer portal
Kentucky.
because they all screwed me over this year. All right, all right.
Well,
Need
let's
I
just
show you
do
the
away with the
PowerPoint that I
transfer
made for
portal. It'd be
Oklahoma?
great. I can get behind it.
all
You don't
right,
get
well,
to you don't get to say that to me.
I think we're good on college basketball, unless anybody had anything else.
What's the over/under set for IUPUI win total for the men's?
Men's.
I'm smacking the
get a
over because
recruit
I got
this year?
two. Yeah, they have two kids coming from my high school.
So
We have a
one
lot
win.
of
Where?
incoming
All right,
freshmen.
so maybe 2. Okay. No, but I'd have to look at that. I haven't really seen much about them on Twitter or anything. But NFL, we're gonna move on to NFL. Big news. I wish Dr. Sherman was on the show so I could deliver this news to him. Debo Samuel has requested a trade.
I think he knows. I don't think you need to tell him.
I was reading a Twitter thread the other day and I was like, I want everybody to know this is all Christian Kirk's fault about like what's happening with this wide receivers market. And I was like, you can't fault him for accepting a bag, but dude got a bag for, I don't think he's ever had 10 touchdowns in a year. I don't think he's ever had 100 receptions.
I don't
Okay,
even
but
think he's
the-
had a PFF receiving grade over 70.
Guys, let's be honest. The Jaguars gave him a bag. Like
That's
we're
very
talking
true.
about.
That's
the,
very
They
true.
also gave
There
Evan
was-
Ingram a bag. Like they have no standards anymore.
I think
for
I think
players
they're
on
gonna
their
cap.
team.
I think they're gonna cap off the stupidest free agency of all time, or by drafting Trayvon Walker #1. Like
Who do you
There
guys think is
was-
the best quarterback in the draft?
We talked about that last week, and I think we all said different answers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody on three. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Kenny
Dude
Jordan
out
Pickett.
of
Willis.
Liberty.
Carson
Oh yeah,
Strong.
Willis.
No,
Willis.
just kidding.
Yeah.
Hey, Carson
Okay.
Strong could be good.
Carson Strong's pretty good. What
I
about you,
saw-
David?
But so, I
Who's
mean-
who's your favorite?
Willis.
Willis.
I like
just-
Pickett. I will say I love Pickett, but they banned his signature fake slide. So I can't.
I like Ritter. I'm gonna be honest.
If I were to pick one of the quarterbacks to have a good NFL career out of them,
Oh,
it'd
Ritter's going to
it'd
be
Ritter.
sitting that backup
Uh,
position
I'm about
making
to say-
15 million a year. Like,
He's
I'm
gonna
not
be a
gonna
really
lie.
good backup.
Detroit should really go after him. Let's be honest.
If they,
you
if
need
they
to go
can
for
get,
high ceiling when you're
if they
as bad as
can
Detroit
get-
is.
no. If you no. If you can get Ritter at the back end of like the first round, like at
That's
the
what
32,
I'm saying. At
that's
32,
okay. That's an
a-
absolute
That's a,
slam
that's
Do
a
dunk.
the
slam
Lions have a
dunk.
late first?
Yeah, they've
Yeah,
they
they have-
have
they
32.
have-
They have
And I
32.
watched a lot of Cincinnati football this year. I'm not sure. Like, if he had to play NFL games his rookie year, I don't know.
You still
how
have
But he
Goff.
wouldn't
it would
have
go.
to.
You still have
Yeah,
Goff
that's
for
the
2
thing.
I
years. or
think that's
whatever.
the thing. I think there's that high ceiling, or like there's that, like he
High
has
floor.
he has a high floor, but I think the ceiling's like he could be average.
I
But
mean,
I
did you
really
guys
do
see him
think if
test at
they-
the combine?
I really do think if they teach him how to read a little bit better,
I
and
mean, that's
like
every rookie quarterback struggle, I
understand
think.
some coverages a little better, he won't make stupid mistakes like he did in college.
Desmond
He
Ritter's
definitely
best
got
trait
work,
is his
but-
processing speed.
I
What are you
have-
talking about, Alex?
I have two comments. I'll let Rishi go first because I have two, and I saw he was about to say something. but I
No,
have two
say
things to
say your comment. Say your comment.
So they both come from the Ryan Russillo like podcast. There were two things. I want to ask you guys one of them. They were talking on there about taking the guy, I'm blanking on his name, the defensive lineman out of Georgia, the big guy.
Trayvon Walker.
No,
Okay.
Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis, that one.
Oh, yeah.
The big guy, the defensive lineman. But they were talking how some guys didn't want to take him because he's a 2-down like lineman because he's so big, but he's also one of the most athletic people ever. And there was an argument, not really an argument, but they were talking about, do you take someone with special talents and build around that, or do you take someone who's more overall do you take a 3-down linebacker who's not maybe won't be quite as good, or you take the dude with one like sensational skill?
If you
Are you
don't
paying them the same?
I mean, on a Ricky scale, you kind of are, but
I
I'm
think it
just,
depends
I'm,
on your
if,
team.
I'm just
if
saying
you don't need a
on the-
quarterback,
for
always
drafting,
take the bet, like the most valuable position.
for drafting, are you taking a 2-down? Are you taking a Vince Wilfork who you know is going to be good? That's just my example. The 2-down like defensive lineman who you know is crazy athletic, could turn into something special, but we know can only play 2 downs for now. Or do you take a smaller linebacker who can be an edge rusher, as an example?
In my
Like-
opinion, and this is what was like, I will listen to a lot of the Ringer NFL podcasts. Shout out to them. They'll never see this, but like there's a lot of really good teams that could use him in really good ways. And in my opinion, it's the Ravens because they have that freakishly athletic, like kind of look towards them, and the Chargers. Imagine if the Chargers at 17, because I think this guy's gonna slide. Like in my opinion, he's gonna slide.
He's a
Everyone's
two
like,
down. He's a 2-down defensive tackle. He
But-
shouldn't be in the first round.
put
It doesn't matter
Joey
how
Bo-
athletic.
Put
he
Joey
is.
Bosa, Khalil Mack, and Jordan Davis in there for 2 downs, and can you imagine what the AFC West is doing?
Okay, how about this though? What if it was Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, and they took like Jermaine Johnson to like play on the inside?
That was the other guy, actually. That was exactly who they
like,
were comparing.
I
Like,
told you
take
I
the
know
dude who
everything
can
about the
edge
NFL draft.
rush.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to ask
Yeah.
you guys because I thought
Yeah.
it was like super interesting them talking
Can I
about.
can I give my football analytics take?
Go for it.
The draft is all about surplus value and how you can create it. It's all about the number of lottery tickets that you have, not how good the lottery tickets are. And in the terms of someone with a very low variance like Jordan Davis, like I bet you he'll be an elite run defender because he's like, he was elite in college and he's an amazing athlete. But I bet you he's worth like 0.1 wins above replacement. You want to be chasing all of the most valuable positions if you already are set at quarterback. Because if you don't have a quarterback, that's the number one priority. But like, honestly, if I were the Chargers, I would look at one of the other wide receivers or defensive backs just because of the ceiling value that those positions provide. as opposed to the known quantity that someone like a Jordan Davis already is.
But here's my conversation in the wide receiver realm. I really do think that there are good wide receivers later in this draft. Like you look at it, there's a lot of really good receivers that will fit in a lot of teams because they're not really like specifically molded to, they're freakish athletes now. Let's be honest. They're all athletes.
Hence the surplus value there.
So I don't think
think
in the
that's-
first round, if you're the Chargers, you're looking at going out and getting a wide receiver. I really think defensively, if they get another like linebacker or like edge rusher, it'd be really good for him, or a good defensive player to rush, because I think that's now where you're going to have to create the most like disruption in that AFC West, because now you have Russell Wilson, Derek Carr, and Patrick Mahomes to deal with 6 games in this year. So you're going to have to create as much like physical pressure on them to make stupid mistakes that you have JC Jackson and Derwin James to cover up now.
Well, you could always, but the thing with, I bet you those second round or third round wide receivers will end up being more like, who's one that I know is going to be good?
Watson,
Sky Moore or Christian Watson. Like I am fairly confident that they will both be good NFL wide receivers. And I think that even if they are just good, like second options, I still think they will be more valuable. Like the value of a good wide receiver is still better than the value of like a good run stopping defensive tackle, if you know what I mean. Like a great run stopping defensive tackle.
What
And
about
that's
George
why-
Pickens?
George
Pickens.
him too.
Pickens.
Like honestly, just any of the like the thing with it's just the way it's simply a question of value and how valuable certain positions are compared to others. Wide receiver is the second most valuable position in the NFL, second to quarterback, and then it's cornerbacks, and then edge defenders, and then offensive tackles. I mean, we all kind of know that, but you can't, if you want to gamble on known quality. It's not. Trying to find the best way to put this is like you want to be chasing the most value possible, and you get that by taking swings on valuable positions.
But now would you say that,
Rishi, you're
because
muted.
then there's this, the other conversation was, do the Chargers go out and draft an offensive lineman, because they were so bad at offensive line last year.
If they draft like Tyler Lindbaum, that'd be a slam dunk.
Well, they said right out, like right guard or right tackle is what they need. Like if a Charles Cross doesn't go as high as they project him and he slides, because there's just like a plethora of offensive linemen in this draft.
Oh, that's right.
is
They have Corey Linsley. I don't know. why I
Is
said
that
Tyler
someone
Linderbaum.
you go and get at this point? I mean, that's just where
Yeah.
I'm at.
It's a valuable position. You got to attack it.
In your guys' opinion, do you think an O-line, well, just take the Chargers case, is the O-line or the playmaker more valuable when you have a
Playmakers.
franchise quarterback?
Playmakers.
Uh,
I mean, I tried
playmakers.
to make this argument when the Bengals took Jamar. I was like, they need to protect Burrow. Like, I get it. Like, you know,
I think we all
Jamar's
said
great.
we like it, but
Yeah, we like it,
the
but, like,
safe
I
pick
loved
is the
it.
lineman.
The safe pick, like, get a lineman, protect him, because if he doesn't have any time, he can't get it to Jamar. Obviously, they proved me wrong. They proved a lot of people wrong, and so I mean, I gotta go playmaker. Like,
I don't even
see
think
that.
we were. I don't think safe pick's the right word there. I think that's the traditional.
Yeah.
pick.
yeah,
See, because that's why the Bengals were woke, and they were like, you know, if we hit on Jamar Chase, that's like 0.8 wins. If we hit on Penei Sewell, that's like 0.2 wins.
Yeah.
Think about that, the distribution curve of WAR of wins
I
above
think
replacement.
In my opinion, it's like 60-40. Like those playmakers are 60% of what you like need, and then that 40% is that offensive line. And I think now a lot of teams are trying to like find that middle ground where like, let's find these guys that are in the second, the third, the fourth, and go steal them instead of like taking a shot and going for an offensive lineman in the first round that could completely not pan out.
Well, and then I
you can
think
say that for any position though.
Another
I feel like especially
part-
in receiver. Go
another
ahead.
part of this debate that I don't think people even want to talk about is that quarterback pressure is like pressure is a quarterback stat. There have been so many, like the pressure that quarterbacks are under is more attributed to them than it is their offensive line. Like pressure rates stay consistent for quarterbacks more than they do quality of offensive line. And I think that when people kind of realize that, it's the reason why Tom Brady, you know, he's always had good offensive lines, sometimes even amazing ones. But because he's never taken those sacks, it doesn't matter how good or bad the offensive line is. Your quarterback is good at not getting pressured. That's like a genuine skill set that people don't understand. So when someone like Joe Burrow gets sacked 50 million times, it's on him too. I remember I think he had like the 4th highest pressure to sack rate in the NFL last year. So it's a thing that happens when quarterbacks hold on to the ball too long. That is kind of outside of their offensive line's control.
Do you think then, since like people like Burrow are holding the ball too long, that there'll be more value on a Malik Willis type prospect, since they're like, okay, we can just focus on playmakers and then sort of rely on his legs to get us out of sticky situations?
But here's the thing, mobility does not necessarily mean they're good at getting away from sacks. Look at Russell Wilson. I bet you he's a
Dude
way better
runs
athlete
into
than-
more sacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. That's why, like, and Tom Brady, who is like the most unathletic Joe Schmo ever, has like one of the best pressure to sack rates in the NFL because he's so smart and he knows how to get the ball out without holding on to it for too long.
Okay, I did not mean to spark all this. I was just trying to get like, not a yes or no, but I was just trying to get an answer.
Oh, I
was
love
the question
talking
again?
about I love
That was
talking
good.
about value, NFL draft value theory. It's one of my favorite subjects.
I did want to say it feels like we skipped over the Debo news pretty quickly, considering
Well,
the
that was my other point with
fact
that.
that like this is
Yeah.
probably the craziest NFL offseason of my lifetime, and that might be the biggest news of the offseason so far.
Well, I'm also seeing an outline here. AJ Brown, Scary Terry. What's news with them? I
They're
must have
all in the
missed
same
that.
boat. They're all so here's the thing, they're all in their rookie contracts. So
So they all
need-
want more
they
money
all
because
want
of
more
Christian
money.
Kirk.
But let's look at how these let's just look at how these like franchises are organized. The 49ers aren't going to pay a lot of money to their wide receivers. They're just like that. Tennessee's the same way. Washington's the same way. I'm going to their philosophy is I'm going to get them as cheap as possible, put them on these long rookie contracts and just play it out. These guys want
Which I
more
think
money.
could do. Yeah.
So I don't see the, and this is where I think the problem's going to come is this draft is so like
Wide receiver
so
loaded.
of wide receivers. So if I'm
Yeah,
a
golden
GM,
era.
I'm looking at them and I'm like, well, if I don't want to pay you this money, I can just let you do whatever you want to do. I'll cut you, whatever, and just go get another guy that'll be better than you that I can pay a lot less money in the future. And I think the conversation, the biggest one with San Francisco is that he doesn't want to play this wide back role. And I
Which
really,
is that's
Here it
the
is.
role he excels in.
Because
I
he's
feel.
so good at it, though.
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
I found the exact stats when you're done with this, Alex. I
His-
just need to say it.
I think for him, he's looking at his longevity
Longevity.
value.
Yeah.
And he's thinking that is more likely for me to get hurt or more likely for me for
That's
something
true.
bad to happen when I'm coming out of the backfield. And I mean, what's not to say all these teams now convert to playing this wide back. So now defenses learn it. So I really
Yeah.
don't think it equates. He had the most yards from scrimmage last year as a wide receivers week 1 through 8 as he did playing that wide back. So I mean, why risk yourself? Why risk your body when you can do the exact same thing, just
Mhm.
running end arounds and other like trick plays with Kyle Shanahan's offense?
I think he's
So-
like 6'2", like lower 200s and
Debo's like a
lower
horse,
200s a
though.
pound.
I feel like Austin, you might have seen this. Mike Renner of PFF.
Ooh, I love Mike Renner.
He did some just like fun number stuff with Debo. If he was
Is
under
the Jonathan Taylor?
Yeah.
He'd have like 40
if he had
touchdowns.
if he had Jonathan Taylor's workload, he would have finished with 2,100 yards, 43 touchdowns, and 111 broken tackles.
That's nuts.
It's like a
Debo's
fun
cuckoo
stat.
crazy
Like
with
it
him.
wouldn't happen. Like Mr. Case B Sebastian here says, when you say finished, do you mean finished a regular season? And Mike Renner responded, "It's for fun, dude." So
Yeah.
obviously, like it's for fun, but still, like that's crazy. You're a receiver, and you could have had. Obviously, you would have had that.
You know
if
how
was,
many
like,
guess
the running back?
Guess how many okay, be honest. How many if Debo Samuel just played running back, how many running backs in the NFL do you think would be better than him?
Taylor, Henry.
I don't
Yep.
think any are. I
Chubb?
think I really do think and look at his athletic build. It's just so unique. It's so
He's not-
hard to cover. It's so hard because he can get to the outside really quick. He can go to the inside. I mean, he's physical enough to do all this stuff.
I don't
And
want to
what-
say he's not built like a running back because that's not like he proved that he can do the things. He's
But
just
I
not,
just think
he's
I
not
think
like I think running back. I think 5'10" stocky dude with legs that are the size of a boulder, and that's my running back.
Yeah, but I think he has that innate speed to beat if he has innate speed to beat corners and safeties, who's to say he can't beat linebackers and defensive line as easy?
So okay, so like I would say like maybe 5 or 6 running backs like
Yeah,
Chubb,
I would put him in-
Henry, McCaffrey,
Dalvin
Dalvin Cook,
McCaffrey's good.
Jonathan
He's just been
Taylor.
hurt.
Just
I
when they're
think it's
healthy,
fair
you know.
to say it's there.
McCaffrey's better than him for 4 games of the season, and then
Now my
Okay,
point
that's fair.
my point that I'm trying to make is they not only got an all-pro caliber wide receiver, but also an all-pro caliber running back for a second round pick. And that just goes to show why running backs really don't matter. Thank you. All right.
Dang. All right.
But
Well,
realistically,
Go ahead,
the
go ahead,
Jets
go
are the
ahead.
only team that can go get him. Like at this point,
I think
no
the
one
Lions
else
or
can.
the Eagles could.
The
too,
Colts
with
are the betting
capital.
favorite. I put that in there.
The Colts. Do you think
Really?
the Colts are going to dish out over $20
I
million?
never
a
said that.
year?
I said they are the betting favorite. I
But these
did not-
these dudes in Vegas make a lot of crazy things up. So in my opinion,
that's
the
why you don't
Jets are
gamble.
the Jets are the only
They're
team
also
that can pay.
pretty close all the time when it comes to scores. So they know things. All right. I'm not saying
That's
that's
true.
right, but they know things.
After giving up a first rounder for Wentz, Ballard will not give up another one for
Debo.
Samuel and pay him.
It's fair.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, guys. Are we done with NFL? It's time to move on.
I think so.
I had
All
a
right.
question. It is for Rishi because I know he'll
Go ahead.
know it. The Russian dude has a C, Shamayev.
Yeah,
Kazmat
I
Shamayev.
never looked it up. I've waited. Did he win? I know he fought.
won.
Did he win?
He won by decision. Yeah,
It was one of the
Okay.
greatest fights of all time.
Are you
it
serious?
was an awesome fight.
Him and Gilbert Burns went cuckoo crazy.
Okay, because I
Totally should have watched.
I knew he fought and I saw like a thing pop up, but I don't know who actually I didn't know who won. So I saw it on Tuesday and I saved it for today to ask. Because I
Yeah.
figured one of you would be here.
Is there any more for UFC? Real quick, if you guys want to cover that.
I mean,
This weekend's card has a lot of fighters that casual fans aren't going to know, but they have a lot of fighters with high finishing rates, which basically means that fights should hopefully end in a knockout or submission and not a decision. So
Let's go.
and what's the golden rule, Rishi, about fight cards? The less
It's-
people you know, the better it's
Better
going to
than
be.
they are. Yeah.
it usually rings true.
All right.
Well, I know none of them, so I guess I can have fun.
Then they're all
Every UFC card's like Christmas for you.
Hey, the one that we watched was fun. That
True.
dude
That
who
was
said
fun. Yeah.
we may have disrespected the man. But
Oh, is that a Masvidal in Covington?
no, not Covington. It was the dude we said it looks like he's straight out of Indiana. Because like he's
Yep. Yeah.
I don't remember.
I
his
forgot who that
name.
was.
Oh yeah. The Rishi, the guy who did the Twister submission. What's his name? The spine
Chris Edson?
submission. Yes, that guy. The goat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Fun
Yeah, he was
grappler.
that guy's crazy.
Dude was like straight out of Evansville, Indiana.
That's what we said. Yeah, that's what we said.
Let's do baseball. Who's watching baseball this year?
Well,
I
yeah,
actually
this guy
am.
Keeping
right
with the
here.
Cubs.
All right. Real quick, I'll cover standings. Austin, then if you want to go into like storylines, and then anybody else that wants to chip in. All right, good. All right, real quick. AL East Blue Jays are in first. It's close. Besides the O's, that's the usual. Central Guardians started slow, I thought, but I mean now they're in They're in first. White Sox been struggling, 6-6. Overall, still pretty close.
I
AL
just have
West.
one comment.
Go ahead, real quick.
No, go through it. It's
Okay.
afterwards.
AL West, Angels in the lead. Shohei, he started slow. He's coming back now. Honestly, all these divisions are still really close. I get it. We're only like 12 games in, and then there's like that one
Mhm.
team that sucks for this division. It's the Rangers. On to the NL. NL East Mets 10-4. Mets baby, you gotta love them. Braves.
Mets,
My
love the Mets.
Marlins are 5-7. Phillies 5-8. Struggle.
They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine. Again, it's baseball. NL Central all pretty close, but the Cards are leading. It's one of those weird ones where the Cardinals are 7-4 and the Brewers are 8-5. So they're technically on top, but like Brewers have more wins, but it should be the same. You get it though. Reds suck 2-11. Reds
I hate the Reds
2-11.
owner.
They suck.
Garbo.
Yeah, and then last one, NL West, the Dodgers. That's in New York. I don't know why I did that. Dodgers
That
9-3. Dodgers.
They used to be the
9-3.
Brooklyn Dodgers.
Oh,
So-
okay. Thanks for okay. Cool.
Throwback.
Everybody's above 500 in this division except the Diamondbacks, who are 5-8. That was your
Shocker.
Your quick whip around, guys. What's going on in the MLB this year?
So I think
the Yankees suck. That's it. That's all I have
That's
to say.
true.
You can't walk a dude on 3,000 hits. I don't
that was
care.
Look at it.
that was so.
Okay.
I was so mad
You
about
have
that.
guys. They're trying to get the
No.
force out. They're trying to get the
No.
force out.
Miggy's
Shut up.
Miggy's OPS wasn't even over 800. Like he's not even hitting that well.
I get it. If this dude, okay, look, I get it. If he doesn't get 3,000 hits this year, that's
Okay.
his fault.
He's gonna.
He's gonna get it.
He will get 3,000 hits. this year.
I know I get it. He's one off, but you can't, come on, man. In Detroit, like
Are they
Miguel
not going to be in
Cabrera.
Detroit for their next series? How's that going to
No,
work?
they're
Oh,
going to
I
be
don't
in
know. I
Detroit.
can
Yeah,
Oh, they're going to be in
They
Detroit.
play the
That's
Rockies.
fine. What's
they
the
play
big
the Rockies.
deal?
Yeah, so they'll be.
Yeah,
fine.
what's the big deal?
yeah, he'll get it. But come on, man. Like
Miguel Cabrera is one of the best hitters of all time, and the Tigers are going to cap off his career by winning World Series this year.
This year? Nah.
All
Ah,
right,
this
I got my shot in the dark. I've divulged myself in the MLB finally after calling it the boring sport for so many years.
I watched John Boy.
God, I love
Dumb boy.
the Phillies. What are like the Phillies are like I watched some like 20-minute long YouTube video yesterday on why the Phillies are like completely rewriting baseball. They are playing one of the worst defensive teams just to hit the ball over the they don't care about defense. They said, screw
Yeah.
it. We're gonna pay Castellanos and Schwarber to just hit yard. every
Castellanos is a pretty good defensive player though. And
No, he's not.
left
No,
field.
no, he's not.
Terrible.
Nick Castellanos has been one of the worst
terrible.
defenders
Really?
in baseball
Left field.
in his
He's been
entire
alright. He's been
career.
alright.
No,
He
no,
has
no,
really
he's bad. He's
worse-
terrible. He's
He
terrible.
has
Yeah.
I watched the video and I was sitting there. I was like, oh, Castellanos is great. Has one of the worst defensive efficiencies in like the past 8 years in baseball for an outfielder.
are you telling
Yeah.
me this is
Doesn't do
never? I
any-
swear he won a Golden Glove.
No, Nick Castellanos is terrible at defense.
He's terrible, but he hits nukes. And I just
Well, no, he's bad at defense, but he is a really good hitter.
Is- Isn't Schwarber worse though?
Yeah.
Yeah, Schwarber's just as
Schwarber's even worse.
Schwarber's just
Hey,
as bad.
that man runs
Oh,
like a
Silver
linebacker.
Slugger. My
but
bad. Not a
in
Golden
my-
Glove.
He runs like
I'm
he's not a
Yeah.
baseball player.
I'm interested to see if they're gonna take this kind of like Royals-esque like run at baseball where they're just gonna play gritty, grimy. I'm just gonna outscore you kind of game.
I just watched
run
that
the
video
Roy-
too.
Yes. Oh my God. Chase,
Okay,
I
now
clearly
Foolish
like-
baseball.
Somebody link me. Somebody link me that
Foolish,
video. I want to
the
watch
goat.
it.
Just look up Foolish Baseball. It was
Yes.
his
Okay.
last video.
Let me find the Phillies one. I'll send the
Jeez.
Phillies one in the group chat.
I want
it
to
was-
watch that.
Nick Castellanos is cursed.
It's happened twice.
If,
How does
if
it
you know,
happen
you know.
twice?
If you know, you know.
The poor man was just trying to give a eulogy. Deep left shot into center field.
No, wait, it happened again?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
happened last year.
That's actually hilarious.
All right, it's coming. It's from Sports Storm. It's really good. Watch it. It's like 20 minutes long.
Okay,
Okay,
the
I'm gonna
only
watch it after
thing
this
I do know. Okay, so I've never lied on this show. I keep up with baseball by checking the Cubs standings like a couple times a week, and that's about it. I do know the NL West is a bloodbath right now.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, there's a lot of good teams there.
The Padres actually
The-
look.
I know
good.
the
Like,
Rockies
I'm gonna be
should
honest.
fall off, but like, how's Slam Diego going? Can someone
Like
tell me?
it's
Very well.
looking.
Manny's
it's
playing
looking
good.
better in my opinion.
And
Like last
Tatis-
year, like kind of like blew up in their face a little bit. I'll be honest. They like started out really good and then it kind of like died. But they actually look like they're gonna like hold
They-
tried and true to this new this like formula of baseball they want to play.
They look good, and Tatis, he's not even here yet. He's not even playing yet.
Ha-Seong Kim is filling
My
it.
other
Oh.
question. I know Shohei struggled. I'm assuming he's kind of getting better. Like
Yeah.
is going back to
Yeah,
average.
he's coming back now.
Is
He struggled
this
for like,
the, is
like
this
the
the
first
Angels'
like
year?
4 games.
Will they make the playoffs?
That AL West is pretty bad.
I know
be
that's what I'm
honest.
asking.
I just want to be honest. I just don't think their bullpen has the like
There's no
ability
bullpen
to
in the
win
MLB
games.
that's good ever. Everyone, that's the one thing that people always say upgrade is your bullpen.
Yeah, but I really think
Brewers
there's
is
teams
good.
who have solid pieces, and I really feel like the Angels are just all in on this. Just let Shohei throw I feel like they'd let him throw 3 games in the playoffs if they could.
They've
mean-
added some more pieces too, though. Like they got Syndergaard. I'm pretty
Anthony
sure he can't
Rendon,
miss the offseason.
Syndergaard. Who else?
Boy.
David Fletcher. That's a deep cuts baseball meme that you guys probably know.
David Fletcher.
David Fletcher, the GOAT. Brandon Marsh. Who else? Joe Adell. They got a
But
pretty solid lineup.
I thought Joe Adell got.
He might be in AAA.
I thought he got. No, never mind. He's still there. I was thinking of somebody else.
I just don't. I
Yeah.
don't see them matching up very well with other AL teams. Like
I
that's
think they
just my
can get-
opinion.
I think they can get to the playoffs just
think
because
they
that
get to the
division is so
playoffs.
bad.
But then I feel like if you run into like, I don't know, the Blue Jays or even like the Athletics kind of look good. I mean,
The
that could,
Athletics? Wait, are they doing well?
Well,
They're 8
okay.
and 6.
The Athletics will always fight. Will always be fighting. That's just how that team is. But
All I'm
I-
gonna
I
say
don't
is
know.
that none of the AL is gonna matter when the Astros just win the AL again. Like it's just gonna happen.
I don't
Hey,
know how I feel about that. I really,
been the
I really like the
superpower.
Blue Jays. I really like the Blue Jays.
I love me the Blue Jays too, but you know, the Astros are gonna win the AL like they
Alrighty.
always do.
I would love to see a Blue Jays Phillies World Series. That would be
that
like
would be awesome.
that would be great. Everyone would be. Also, can we talk about these Japanese baseball players?
Dude,
Dude,
they're
They
going-
have a
they're going
straight
crazy.
Factory
Size is-
going on over there.
Steven
There's-
Kwan,
you guys-
Saya
you-
Suzuki.
if you want to watch a
Ha-seong
YouTube
Kim.
video, watch the one. I forgot his name. I think it's some Sasaki. He's like 18.
Saya,
threw-
wait.
God.
No, he's not in the. He's in the Nippon League. If you look him up, I think his name's like something. It's like an R and then Sasaki. He just threw a perfect game with like 17 strikeouts.
It's just like I don't
like,
know
it's
what
nuts.
these dudes are. What are they feeding them over there?
He-
Because they are coming over here and just destroying.
They don't feed
everyone.
them. They just
Yeah.
give them the power of friendship and anime buffalo.
Yeah,
The MLB.
I mean, this Sasaki dude, he'll probably come over in a couple of years. He was clocked at 103 in high school. So
His poor rotator cuff.
yeah,
He's
Dude.
gonna need a full arm repair by the
Like,
time
but
he's
I think
over here.
I think this is just indicative of what I think is a very cool thing for baseball and how it's always been seen that like the Latin American countries have always been big in baseball as well. But I think we're kind of seeing that level of, I guess, involvement in
Roki
the
Sasaki.
MLB from Japan now, which I think is a really cool thing because baseball I do think is the most global sport.
I just
I was
In
gonna say,
terms
I
of
think-
all the people who, I would say MLB is the most global of the American major sports. How about that?
I just don't know
Yeah.
how they throw gas and hit nukes. I'm gonna be honest. It's ridiculous how
Shohei
Shohei's
Ohtani's
out here
literally
throwing,
Babe Ruth.
throwing 95 and then comes out and hits a 420 yard.
Oh, don't
just
forget he
missile-
stole 20 bases too last year.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like
That's stupid.
they're
I'm
just
sorry. It's
Yeah.
so
like
dumb.
I really think the MLB is gonna get more interesting if these hybrid athletes like start playing in it.
there's gonna be more of that pop up for sure.
Because it's gonna
sure.
make the game more interesting if I'm watching a pitcher come out here and just destroy people, and then the next day he comes back after batting in DH and just throws a perfect game. I mean,
If
Hey, one
Shohei
show.
was to throw a perfect game and then end up hitting a dinger the next time, Twitter would implode.
the MLB would probably just change their logo to Shohei at that
Yeah.
point.
The MLB would forget to tweet about it. Just be honest
Ah.
here.
Yeah, David, I heard
Hey.
you're gonna say something. Yeah,
Just wait till he gets the bag, man. Then we could really start picking up. Or
I think
Shohei,
you're
or
right.
even Suzuki.
Shohei about to snag a bag.
show it, man. That's the whole thing with the MLB. I could write a whole paper on that about how they're not marketing the game well. I feel. I don't know.
Crazy.
They're just not doing it. Like if you ask somebody, all right, who's like the best player in the NFL? People will probably be like Tom Brady or
Brady.
something like that. Who's the best player in the NBA? LeBron. I guarantee you, if you ask people, those people that don't even watch the sport, if you ask people that don't watch baseball, who's the best player in baseball, I guarantee you a lot of them wouldn't say Mike Trout
Babe Ruth.
That's funny 'cause
all time.
I
But
gave
yeah.
I gave a presentation about this in a certain professor's class, and he didn't see the point that we were.
Yeah,
trying to
I was
That's
gonna
why
say
some-
shout out to
someone else
shout
did
out
it.
to Dr. Lee. Me and David did a presentation, and I think we got a 20 out of 20. So
What?
Yes, sir.
That's not
Yes,
possible.
sir.
I got like an 11 out of 15.
brother, it's all in the delivery.
It's all in the
And then-
delivery.
No
Then another
comment.
group, and another group the next day copied our presentation. I swear, man. I was like, all right, whatever.
I didn't know you were gonna put that on wax.
Okay, I will say, I'm not a fan of these new rules. I'm for the pitch clock, but this stupid, has everyone seen this? You can only throw to first now 2 times rule that might be coming into play in 2023.
You can only throw the first 2 times. Oh,
You can
like
only
pickoffs?
try and
in a
pick off
row?
twice. And I'm like, that's just gonna give so many free stolen bases.
I think
Like,
by
Twice in
far
a game?
yes.
No,
I
no,
think-
like,
you
like
can
a
only-
No way, it's a
pickoff.
game.
Like
No
a
No,
way,
pickoff,
it's
it's a game.
no,
like
if
when
you
you're
can
trying
only
to
pick
get
up
somebody
twice
out.
in like per
like
like one
plate
batter.
appearance, yeah.
Yeah, per
Yeah.
one plate appearance.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
then how
stolen
often-
bases are good for engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good for engagement, but they're just gonna boost people's stats like crazy. Because
But-
on once he throws
That's the
twice to me, I know I
point.
can just go and just steal this
Yeah.
bag.
The
from
one
this
that
So-
the
guy.
one that I think is the dumbest is the they might be banning shifts. I was like, I saw someone on Twitter. I was like,
Yeah.
imagine if you banned NFL defenses from playing a certain kind of coverage because it
Yeah,
was
it's
too hard
crazy.
for certain quarterbacks. I was like, that's so stupid. Like,
All right,
grow up.
Two
Sorry,
things. Two
yeah.
things. One, Rishi, to explain it, get on base. It's like when a guy's leading off and he's going to steal. Sometimes a pitcher will turn around and throw it to first off the mound.
I
They
know
can
what
only
a
do that
pickoff
twice
is.
now. Yeah. Well, you were like, what? What?
Well, I didn't. I thought you were saying twice a game. I didn't know.
No,
what he
it's
was saying.
twice. It's
Twice
twice,
a
a
bat,
plate
yeah.
appearance per batter. So like if let's say
it was
you,
worded weird.
yeah, I
No,
sucked at saying that out loud. Let's be honest. All right.
I play some
Got a roll,
MLB this year,
fellas?
though.
Okay.
Thanks.
I
I
Okay.
play some
pickoffs
show.
in my day.
Go ahead, David. Go ahead.
I got to
play
roll.
some
Thanks for letting me
show.
hop on, man. This was fun.
All right, for sure, bro. See ya.
Thanks
Sure
for
having
coming
you on.
through.
problem.
On the shifts, I saw an interesting take. Somebody said that pitchers are getting too good at locating the ball, and that it's almost impossible for batters. Like it's almost, you can't just tell a batter to like, okay, learn how to hit it the other way. Like it's almost, they're getting too good. I don't know how you guys felt about that.
There was an argument. Jake Arrieta was just on Pardon My Take and was saying he understands both sides of it. And he was just like, I understand why you'd want to because it makes it more entertaining and all that. And like, but he also understands like from a hitter's perspective, isn't the point of being a good hitter being able to like spray it wherever and like
Yeah.
adjust to this? Like, yeah, sure. If you're really good at like hitting it one way, why should I reward you for that?
And the other thing is that the shifts disproportionately affect power hitting left-handers who strike out a lot. I think Joey Gallo is like the poster child for this, but it's
Yeah.
like
He brought up Rizzo.
It's like Anthony Rizzo.
Rizzo's a huge pull hitter. So
Yeah. So it's like I can kind of understand that, but like, Joey Gallo, that's like his game. He made his bread on like pulling fly balls and hitting them hard while not really caring about strikeouts.
What if they did it like you could only shift a certain amount of times during the game?
Yeah, but that's like saying in the NBA, like, this new wave of NBA play style has really alienated players like Rudy Gobert, so we're gonna have to slow the game down and shoot less threes.
they
I
already
feel like
did
that's
that.
Crazy.
They did it with Roy Hibbert. Man was out of the
Yeah.
league in 2 years because of it.
Yeah. Like I don't know.
Oh,
To me, even putting a cap on it, the number of times you can shift in a game, I mean, that seems crazy.
I thought
Yeah.
the ruling was they did it like zoning, like your shortstop can only shift over so far, and like that was the way they did it. I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen too.
I thought they had like zone, like you had to stay in your bubble was like. The
In
thing
my
they were going
opinion,
for.
as working for the Indians now for like 12, like 15 games or something, I like the pitch clock. The batters take too long. They got to make some rule about these batters' stupid routines. Because
I
you
think
can't
the
tap the plates
batters-
15 times and then get ready to hit. That takes forever, dude. Like, just like figure it out, shorten it up, and then get ready to hit it. Because it's driving me insane.
I think
Like,
Foolish
Yeah.
Baseball talked about that.
yeah.
I think I saw that in one of his videos.
Well, I
before.
mean, just the other day, literally at the Marlins game, the ump was saying Jazz was taking too long, and then had to speed him up. I don't know. Baseball is just like a long, like it's a route. Like you can't just tell these people, okay,
Yeah,
you
but I
can't do
think
your
there's
routine
a-
that you've been doing for years. Like it's a slow sport. Like that's just it is what
Yeah.
it is. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many more people do you think start watching baseball if they speed the game up and incentive and like do things that would lead to more stolen bases? Like, do you think that many more people watch the game, or is it more just on star play?
I think that already the game has gotten more runs, more offense. I think that's obviously like what's going to drive people, more home runs. But I think that is.
I think
honestly,
people are just. I think it's balls in play. I think that's honestly the biggest thing.
Yeah, because you're
Yeah.
having what is it called?
Three true
Like,
outcomes.
Thank you. There's like the pitching, so strikeout, home run, or just like an
A
out.
walk.
Walk.
A walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember which one it was, but everyone was following me, so we're good. Like that is at like an all-time high. And in the same video we've referenced 4 different times now, since like 2014, it shot up like 6%. Like almost
Mm.
4 out of every 10 at bats is one of those 3 things. Like I get
Yeah.
it, there's only so much you can do, but
I think that MLB also makes it hard to watch some of the games. Like I feel like with NBA, and again, there's a lot of games, but it's like with NBA, you'd have like a couple games throughout the day on like these national networks, and then a couple on like prime time. And with MLB, there'll be an afternoon game sometimes, and this could be on like ESPN.
Everyone
or
just
something.
watch the ones on ESPN, to be honest.
Yeah, but like there's not enough games to I think like I don't know, there's not enough to watch out there unless you pay extra for it when it's like $120 a year for like one team on MLB Network. Besides your regional team that you can just watch all the time. I
regional
don't know.
broadcasting needs to be banned. That is all.
Blackout. Well, you can blame Bali Sports. Everybody hates them. So you go on r/MLB. Their blackouts are insane.
I'm saying every sport. It shouldn't be a thing.
What, like regional?
Yes,
Blackouts?
regional blackouts shouldn't be a thing. I get it
It's a
why they're
thing
there.
that-
I get
yeah,
it. I get it. But it shouldn't be there. Not with what we have like now. When it came
Nah.
out, it made sense. But nobody has cable anymore.
Yeah. I think a big thing though, I think it's on the MLB too, is like you gotta eventually like figure out a way to market your game instead of just changing it all the time. And I mean, it is
The
what it is.
NFL
People-
changes a rule every year.
yeah, but I don't
but
think
the
it's
NFL
not
keeps
the-
it really interesting. I think
I mean,
that's
it's people hitting each other, and it's an easy game to follow. Like I don't know, it's more it's just
No, I get it from like
more
the
entertaining.
way the
But
game works. I get it.
I just think it's unlucky for the MLB. People have short attention spans now. Games are longer. Like you're gonna be watching a one at bat for 5 minutes sometimes. So it's just like
I think it
That's
suffers
what
the
they do.
same thing as soccer, like in America at least. Soccer, if you go to a game, is super engaging and fun to watch.
mhm.
If you aren't a soccer fan or don't follow it and you try to watch a game,
Well,
you're
it's
not
like watching
necessarily
paint dry.
you're not gonna
Yeah.
enjoy it. So I think it's the same with baseball. If you take like 2 friends out to a baseball game, you guys are gonna have a blast and be like, wow, this game is going super fast. But if you're
Yeah.
watching the
Watching
same
on
angle,
TV.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it suffers the same like problem from it.
And that take was brought to you by Dr. Pierce's Selling and Sport Class. Selling tickets for the Indians right there.
Well, I work for them and I get to
Uh.
see how many people actually attend the games. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is really interesting.
It's
Because
not
we've
many.
sold 1,000 seats some nights, and you're like, whoa.
Hey, if the tickets were so expensive,
Hey.
I'd go.
It honestly just depends on who's. Do you guys still have O'Neal? I think O'Neal Cruz is still there.
Yeah,
Or
he's
did he
still
get called
there.
up? That dude is insane.
He's
I don't know if you guys know
Is
who
that
that
the
is.
dude who's really tall?
He's
He's like
6'8".
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
6'8" shortstop.
6'7" shortstop.
And
Yeah,
Casey,
with
if you ever
white
want-
power
A
through.
shortstop?
Yes.
he's
Yes.
huge.
He's nuts.
And he hits missiles.
I knew
Yeah.
there was a really big dude who was there who was just hitting bombs, but I didn't know he was
Yeah.
just 6'7"
He hasn't
yeah,
hit
he's-
bombs this year yet, but he's gonna.
That's why he's there.
Can you be an agile 6'7" person?
Yeah, looks
He's
pretty
pretty
good.
good.
Really
he
isn't
had
that
an error
bad.
in the field the other night, and it was really bad. I'm gonna be honest. It was how tall he was. It was like a ground ball, and he kind of dives for it, and he like went over it, like went over the ball, and it rolled out in the outfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That happens.
He's pretty far away from the ground balls.
That's what I'm saying. But
All right,
I-
we're talking about AAA now. Do we have anything else with MLB?
Nah.
Talking about AAA.
All right.
We've hit our limit.
I think so. I wanted to say I want to cover NHL, but if nobody has kept up with it, I'm
no, I
fine
don't
with
even
just
know what in the
skipping it.
world's going on in NHL.
I don't even just like because I don't want to just say the teams, just be like, all right. So I think we just skip that. Soccer. Do you guys want to cover soccer before hot takes?
I would just
Ye-
want to. We preview Champions League a little bit. We can again. I just want to say one thing, and it's as a Tottenham fan. I need everyone to look at me here. Okay. What's gonna happen for the rest of this season is Tottenham will somehow finish 4th, and then West Ham is gonna F around and win the Europa League, and I'm gonna cry because that would mean all that hard work to get 4th wouldn't matter. And that's
Do you think
what's
they'll
gonna
actually
happen.
win it? Think they'll
They
actually win it?
could. That's the thing. They're
Uh,
being terrible in the league, and then they win these games in Europa. It's stupid.
in my opinion, no, they're not going to win it. After watching Eintracht Frankfurt break Barcelona apart
No,
for
they've been good, yeah.
30 minutes and score 3 goals, no way. But to Chase's point, I don't know how confident I am in Tottenham making the
This
top
is
4.
listen. This is if they win the North London Derby. I need to speak outside of soccer terms. Arsenal play Tottenham in, I believe, 2 games.
Yeah, well, you need them to lose to United tomorrow. So
Tottenham controls their own destiny. Like even if they lost to Brighton 1-0 in the last minute,
yeah.
but they still, if they win the Derby, because they still play the North London Derby, which is the name of the game between Arsenal and Tottenham. All of them are looking at their phones, Alex. So we shouldn't actually talk about this for too much longer.
No, I was coming up with my hot take.
So they play each other, and it's a very big game. None of you care, but it's the
I
biggest
care.
game of the Premier League season. Like if Tottenham,
Chase,
the title doesn't matter. It's going to one of you two. I don't care about it. This is the biggest game because it's a bigger rivalry than City Liverpool. That you can't even deny. Historically, that is a bigger rivalry.
historically, recently, no.
Top 4 race and relegation is more fun than the title race most of the time anyway. But when they play each other, it'll pretty much guide who's probably getting that 4th spot. And if Tottenham win, they're probably going to choke it. I understand. I get the jokes. I've been catching strays everywhere I've been going the past week. It's been crazy. It's I can't actually say the title of that.
Soccer circle.
Yes. Insert name here.
Insert name there.
I've
Yeah.
been catching strays all week on that and Premier League and everywhere. But when they play, it's going to set up who wins it. If Tottenham wins against them, which they should, in my opinion, should. It's not even being biased. I say they suck
should.
a lot.
I do think they should too, Chase. So I'm with you on this one.
They should win it, which should set them up to get 4th. If they do get 4th, I'm telling you, as a Tottenham fan since 2012, like West Ham's gonna win it. It's gonna be. I'm gonna go crazy. That's all I have to say.
Fair.
Champions
Anything
League
else on
is
soccer?
getting fun. Just pay attention to Champions League. It starts back up.
attention.
Liverpool's gonna go for the quadruple. So
All right, calm down.
have fun, guys.
Calm
All
down.
right. Hot take season. It's our favorite
Oh, I
time.
didn't even do this.
Hot take season. Who's got a hot take ready to go?
I'm gonna parlay mine because I have a
Oh, parlay.
well,
Okay.
I have a long one. I have like
Parlay.
one that's next, like this time next year. So
Wow.
I got-
You're keeping track of this one.
yeah, I
Chief.
know this is my own personal. I wrote this one down too today to make sure. Oh, I'm not going right now. Someone else go. I'm trying to find what I'm
okay, I
parlaying
thought you
mine
were going.
with.
All right, here's the hottest take. I do think that Trayvon Walker will be the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft next week.
Wow.
God, that's
And I think it'll be the funniest thing if the Lions get Aiden Hutchinson.
I think
Is he
Yeah.
the linebacker
half
for
an hour
Georgia?
away.
Is that who that was?
Trayvon
is?
Walker
Yes,
was a
he's the middle
defensive lineman.
No, he's a middle linebacker.
No, Trayvon Walker's a defensive lineman.
What are you? Trayvon Walker's their middle linebacker.
He says
He is. He's their defensive end.
Yeah, it does say he's a D lineman.
That's Devin Lloyd. I think you're thinking about. Or no, not Devin Lloyd. N'Kobe Dean.
Okay, I just need. Is this the dude who wears 17 for Georgia?
He's the guy who tested in like the 99th percentile at the combine.
Tells me nothing.
Oh,
He wears 44.
Okay, thank
Hey-
you. That's all I needed
Oh.
to know.
It was. Were you thinking of N'Kobe Dean, Alex?
no, he played middle linebacker when he played Kentucky. He plays edge.
Yes.
Yes,
he's
but
an
they
edge
put him at
rusher.
middle linebacker for half the season. Yes, that's why I was.
No.
Oh my god! I
He
swear to
said-
God, they had
he
him at no.
said
Trayvon
no.
Walker.
All right,
did
before
not play
before
linebacker.
Alex quits out on us,
I know. All right.
I'll stick with soccer. Burnley stays up. Everton goes down.
Okay.
Okay,
It-
it
another
looks like
one.
I was
It's
wrong.
kind of a
I was
future,
wrong.
but-
Okay, willing to say that out loud. I'm not afraid to say I'm wrong, Austin.
That's fine. That's fine. I was just.
Thought
I
they
just.
had
I know in my bones that Trayvon Walker did not play linebacker.
In my bones.
Hey. All right. Who's next?
Rishi, you got any darts for us again?
I almost resorted to the darts, but I came up with a little NBA parlay. I took the alternate under for the Suns
We're going a
Pelicans
betting
game
parlay.
Oh.
at I'm not gamble responsibly, don't gamble, don't do that, but under 220.5 with Mikhail Bridges to record 2 or more steals pays out at plus 324 on some local markets.
On some local
On some.
markets.
Okay.
No free shout outs.
All right, I got mine. All right, I got the Heat sweep the Hawks. And then I'm gonna parlay that with Kentucky wins a national championship next year. in
Oh
college
my
God.
basketball.
Okay.
Saw
All
that
right.
one.
All
Saw that
right.
one coming.
That reminds me of my real hot take. I did a parlay of the Suns winning the championship and Chet Holmgren being the number 1 pick.
Those seem like
Hmm.
2 weeks ago. Those seem like locks. You're
Yeah.
probably sweating the Suns now.
I don't know.
Nah,
I don't
they're
know.
fine.
Have they offered the buyout yet? Have they offered the buyout yet?
maybe.
You might want to. You might want to take that. He's gonna be like halfway through tonight's game. He's like, oh,
Honestly,
yeah.
I feel like both of those are kind of wrong. I feel like especially after that Arkansas game, they're not the NBA is kind of lower on Holmgren. Not to say he won't be like top 3, but I
No,
think it's Murray
he'll be
Smith.
top
They still
5 or
have him as
something.
1.
Yeah.
Everywhere I still see.
Mm.
Says
I
has
think
one.
we're forgetting the whole draft process and how
This is
teams
true.
fall in love with
That
prospects.
is true.
Bet you
That's true.
Jaden Ivey's the
Who
number
was the
one
first
overall
pick this year?
They
anyways?
fall in love with like the 6'10" dudes
Cade.
who can jump and run. That's
Yeah.
Who has the first pick this year, anyways? Because I don't.
Lottery
know.
hasn't been decided yet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's-
forget it's,
it's-
the
it's-
lottery.
it's set as Rockets and then like Thunder and
Oh my God! Can we please get
Magic.
Jalen Green and Chet
And the
Holmgren
Pistons.
together so we can
And the
have
Pistons,
the
thank you,
greatest
sorry.
post-game press conferences?
All right, real quick. Mine. I still have my hot take from last week. I still don't think there will be any sweeps. I gotta go. I need the Raptors to come through. And then my new hot take this week. I mean, why not? Bulls Bucks go to 7. Bulls win the series.
wow.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
Okay.
Why not? Why not? Steam.
I don't trust the Bulls, but
You never know. But guys, that's it. That's the show. That's episode 22. It was a good show. A little bit longer than usual, but I feel like we covered a lot. Had a lot to cover.
We had fun. It's been
yeah, we
good
did.
to be back on here. I felt like I wasn't on here for forever.
I
I don't think I was on here since the
March
meltdown.
Madness special.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you had to go on sabbatical.
Sabbatical.
I had to reel myself back in after that one. Some bozo takes were made.
Well, guys, enjoy the weekend. I will see some of you at basketball. All of you
Oh,
at
I'm-
basketball.
Oh yeah, that's
All
right.
of
Just
us,
for the,
baby.
for the viewers at home, we will be having across the board basketball.
Are we documenting it,
not
or is
be-
this
it
is
will
this a
not
time
be
capsule?
Streamed. It will not be streamed.
It won't be
That'd
streamed.
be terrible.
The game
We
will
would
not be
definitely get
televised.
canceled.
Yeah. It should be fun. But boys, have a good weekend. I'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully.
See you tomorrow.
All right.
Peace.